What's up, guys? I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, we will be looking at exercise 56 of our Python exercise tutorial series. Without any further ado, let's get to it. Exercise 56. Write a program that reads numbers from the user until a blank line is entered. Your program should display the average of all of the values entered by the user. Then the program should display all of the below average values followed by all of the average values, if any, followed by all of the above average values. An appropriate label should be displayed before each list of values. Okay, guys, so looking at this program, right, we can see it is a relatively simple one, right? It's just a matter of a little bit of thinking as to, the logic steps that you are going to follow when actually solving this problem, right? Now, let's get to it. Let's code this along together. So we are going to proceed to set up, lists. We'll have a list to store the values, and by values I mean the values that are entered by the user. Okay, that's going to store user input, right? We'll call the list values. Then we'll have a list to store the lower than average values. We'll have a list to store the higher than average values. Next, we'll kick things off by taking input from the user. We'll assume that the user is entering integers, right? And we'll also ensure that typecasting is done within a while loop that we'll set up. And the reason as to why we don't cast at this point is because we can use that to our advantage in a sense where we'll try and detect if the user enters a blank line. By blank line, I mean if the user just presses enter, right? So that can serve as the condition for our while loop to be triggered. So line is equals to input, please enter an integer, press enter to quit. That's good. Let's set up the while loop. While line is not equals to blank, we enter the while loop. Line is equals to int line values dot append line. Let me copy and paste this input, make it easier for us. That's good. I'm not going to explain that. You should understand what's going on there. Now, within this while loop, all we need to do, oh no, actually let's do it outside, right? It will save us processing. So it's easy. All we are doing is mean is equals to, these are built-in Python methods. I'm pretty sure you are familiar with them. Round sum values all over len values. Okay, that's self-explanatory as well. Essentially, we set up a variable, call it mean. You can call yours anything you like. We take values, well, we take the sum of values divided by the length of values and we round that answer. Okay, let's specify maybe a rounding to 2. That should be good. I think after this, we proceed to actually set up a for loop. So for I in values, if I is greater than the mean, higher dot append I. If I is less than mean, lower dot append I. Okay, that's good. I'm not going to discuss this specific problem a lot, guys, because you'll agree with me that it's not difficult, right? For I in values, that's good. So that's that. Now what we can do is, all we need to do is say print the average of the values entered is, let's float this. So yeah, we can float this. So instead of round, let's do float instead. I think that would be more feasible. Let's float. I just want to check if the float function, so let's do maybe 245.6. I'm trying to see something. Okay, that's good. So let's remove that 2. The 2 was for the rounding function. Since we are not using it, that's good. So we'll work with a float value, and in the print statement itself, we'll format that to 2 decimal places. So %.2f, and we'll pass some formatting to that placeholder. So what are we doing here? We are passing mean itself. The average of the values entered is, and we'll pass the mean. Let's do another one. The values below the average are, and here we'll pass the list itself. So let's pass lower, and here the values above the average are, and here we pass higher. That's good. This actually concludes the program, guys. It's a very interesting program, if you agree with me. It's kind of easy compared to what we've been working with, all this while. So yeah, this was actually quite fun. A good break from all those much more, I would say, advanced in inverted commas um, lessons or exercises. Now, the way in which we complete our exercises is by running our program. We do this to make sure the program works and that we've met all the requirements. So control enter. I'm going to do 34, 37. Let's do 24. Let's do 10, 13, 19, 14, 30, 2, and I'm going to hit enter now. When I hit enter, essentially what should happen is I should no longer be asked for any input, and we are going to view output. So let's view the program in action, and that's excellent, guys. Notice that the program works as expected. The average of the values that I entered was 20.33. The values below are these ones here, and the values above are these ones here. So we can see that the program works as expected. Let's see what happens if we enter values that give us, we basically enter all values the same as the mean itself. So let's just test this to see what happens. And brilliant, the average of the values entered is 10. Values below, there's nothing. Values above, there's nothing. So that's good. And with that, guys, we've effectively and efficiently completed this program, which is exercise 56 of our Python exercise tutorial series. And with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for staying till the end. Good luck with your work, and I'll see you in the next YouTube video.